Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here I am, ready for another day here. Back in the morning. It's just about to turn 7:30 a.m. It's on a Monday, my favorite day of the week as a retiree. Monday, February the 5th of 2024. And yeah, this weekend is going to be the fest for Beatles fans, and I am very excited about it. Looking forward to it. Really know it's going to be a good time. I was a little reluctant at first, but I just watched the weather report. The weather is going to cooperate. It's going to be in the 50s. You heard me right, 50s, 50. A snowflake doesn't have a chance. That's what I'm going to say from now on. So that's really good. You have to worry. We don't have to worry about snow. There may be a touch of rain only on Saturday morning, but right now that's what the forecast is saying. Just a little bit, little touch of rain Friday night into Saturday morning, but that's nothing. Of course, we're going to be inside anyway. But very, very happy about that because uh, almost almost a year ago or so, when they first announced that the Fest for Beatles fans was going to be here in New York, and it was going to be in February. I thought, oh boy, that's blizzard season. But these days, I mean, snow. I'm happy to say around here anyway, in this part, is almost. I don't want to speak too soon because never say never. But snow is almost a thing of the past, almost. So we still get snow, thankfully, not a ton. But I know, having said this, I will be making a rant video somewhere later this winter. We'll be getting a lot, but yeah. Sorry, my hair, just waking, the hair is falling down. Jeez, it's gonna get in my way. Okay, keep it back there. But anyway, let's go and say hi to some people. Hello, Harold. Hey, Dino, what's going on? Doing good. Hello, Lingo McHarrison. Yeah, good weather coming. They were talking all about it. We got sunshine coming out today, and the main thing is with the Beetle Fest. Apparently, now it's still a few days away. This is Monday, and it's still going to be Friday. We have to wait for the fest, but from everything that I'm hearing, uh, it's supposed to be 50 degrees, 53 on Saturday, and we don't have to wait at all, or worry about snow, I should say. Here we go. James Farley, hello, 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 Chrissy. Good morning. Soldier Amber asked, "Did you watch the Grammys?" Absolutely not. I did not watch the Grammys. I wouldn't dare. However, I did see when I was watching the news today, waiting for the weather report. I did see highlights, and some of them when Billy Joel. I got to hear the new Billy Joel song. We'll talk about that later. I know somebody will ask me. Um, so I saw some clips of people I wanted to see. Oh yeah, definitely. Next month is spring. Yes, for sure. Hello, Cherry Carter. What's going on? What's the good word? Howdy. Yes, indeed. I called it new, Knew. Knew it'd be good weather. Uh, The most accurate weatherman, the groundhog, didn't see a shadow, so an early spring. Yeah, I heard about that with the groundhog. That's a good thing. Have you seen the new clip for "I'm Only Sleeping"? I didn't watch. I never watched the whole thing. It's been out for a long time now, and I remember people saying this is a great clip. I watched like a minute of it or so. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why some things just don't not just not interested in. But I think, didn't it win? It won the Grammy, the new clip. The Beatles clip for "I'm Only Sleeping." Taylor Swift disrespect Celine Dion so bad. I don't know what that's about. Uh, okay. Hello, back bacon and beer. Good morning. As Beetlefest draws nearer, are you getting more excited? Absolutely. I said that earlier, but you may have missed it. I am. At first, I was not excited about it. I was kind of dreading some aspects of it. Now it's shaping up to be very exciting looking. I saw a video. They got multiple videos out there you might want to check out on the TWA Hotel, and it looks amazing. It is completely retro, completely 60s. In some ways, it's the 1960s idea, I guess, of what the futuristic airport would look like, or a futuristic hotel. And in a way, It's decked out all in it's very red. It's everything inside is red and white. That's the color scheme. Everything's red and white. And the shapes of everything are very like oval and sci-fi looking. It almost looks like the Jetsons cartoon. So I'm excited about the hotel where they're having it. And also, just everybody, all my friends are getting excited about going, and I'm looking forward to seeing Mickey Dolenz again. I haven't seen him in, wow, 12 years. And it's just very exciting to come, and the weather's going to be good. So that's what we're hoping for. Uh, Morning, Liam. What's going on? Okay, a cigarette. Oh, don't smoke. Okay, looked like Billy used some lip syncing at the end of the show. Celine presented Taylor with an award she didn't even acknowledge Celine. Oh yeah, well, Taylor Swift thinks who the frig she is. I guess you know what I mean. No Celine Dion appreciation. Yeah, I opened my eyes today. Yes, indeed. I woke up. It's a new day. Yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey, red and white, futuristic looking. It's funny. It's retro from the past, yet it looks futuristic at the same time. Very weird. Anything fun planned for today? No, not really fun. Just gonna do my morning walk later, and well, the most fun I'll do is maybe I'll make a video. I still have to make a video just talking a little bit about the Fest for Beatles fans and how I'm going to be there and stuff like that and what's going on. But other than that, nothing really. Good morning, Woodland Goblin. What's the good word? Yeah, you got to see the grand entrance in all six society. I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, thoughts on Chris Farley? He died way too young. I thought Chris Farley was a naturally funny comedian, and it's a damn shame that he left so early. I did get a glimpse of him once. I was at the David Letterman show, and I just remember him coming out of the car and going into David Letterman, and he was like really animated and acknowledging the crowd, shaking hands and stuff like that. Uh, Mickey Dolenz will be doing signing. He'll be signing autographs, and he'll be interviewed. You know, the whole shebang. He'll be signing autographs. He'll be getting interviewed, and he'll also be performing. Uh, just got done watching the film noir movie Gun Crazy. Have you seen it? No. Did you hear from Danny yesterday? Yeah. Well, I contacted Danny yesterday. He said that he wasn't able to come on yesterday, and probably not today either, because he's not home. Actually, he's somewhere else. He's fine. He's not, he's not sick or anything. He's not, he's not in the hospital or anything like that. But he, something about, I don't know how much he wants to talk about, but I know he has another house or something. He's in another location and he has to take care of, he's got something to take care of over there. So he's not home, you know, so he's not able to do it from his usual location. So as I'm saying, this particular get together here, it could be a solo deal. Again, is the Peppermint Lounge that the boys went to and partied at after the Ed Sullivan show still there? I would doubt it. I don't know for sure, but I would doubt it. Yesterday I made a video with my friend Anthony, and James says your Anthony video was great. I'm glad you liked it. A lot of people like the Anthony videos, and I have fun with that guy. Let me tell you, we have some laughs, and I'm glad I included some bloopers at the end of that, which was pretty funny, I thought. What do you think about Frank Zappa? Don't understand it. I think the man is. I just have no interest in Frank Zappa. A lot of people like Zappa. I don't get it. I think the guy is really just an untalented pain in the ass. I don't really have any interest in the guy. Uh, okay, good. Regarding Danny, a band on the run, underdubbed, Descent. Too bad, 1985. No vocals. but fun to sing as karaoke. Yeah, there's no vocals on 1985. I just, as I say, the Band on the Run underdubbed was underwhelming to me. Okay, and that's my opinion on that one. John Candy and John Belushi were big inspirations for Chris Farley. John Belushi and Chris Farley should have been roommates together. I could see that. All right, let's see if the tea is not so hot right now. Hmm, how sweet it is. All right, let us go. Let us go. Big feelings on Zappa. Yeah, it is. Well, that's my opinion. Hi, Jen. Don't like Frank Zappa. Sorry, being honest. That's one thing I am is honest. And that includes Beatles related stuff. Like I just said, that I thought the underdubs of Band on the Run are underwhelming. You know, there's actually people out there who think that I'm a sycophant, that I praise everything. I don't. I never have, never will. And I am very honest about what I feel about even like solo Beatles albums. I'll tell you the truth. Even the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Now this album, I just really, I just can't take it.
All right. How's that for honesty? Okay. So, Chris Farley's having a great time in a van down by the river. Okay. What's your favorite new album from a classic rock band? Finally, a question that's easy to come up with right off the cuff, and that is Hackney Diamonds, the Rolling Stones. Fantastic, great album. One of their best, if not the best. That's right, I said it. It's fantastic. Um, I have a nominee, but wonder if we align on this, Joe. Who do you consider the most influential band after the Beatles? Fashion, hair, music, inspiring those kind of things, inspiring youth. I don't know. Are there any? Are there any? I can't think of any, to tell you the truth. I don't know, something in the rap field, because unfortunately, with rap music, a lot of people wearing backwards baseball caps and having their pants down below the crack of their butts and looking like utter slobs and disgusting, vermin. So they're walking around looking like that. I would say, I don't know who exactly, but some kind of rap. I don't know, maybe the Beastie Boys group, if you're talking about a group. I don't know. Who the heck knows? Ugly look. Hey Glenn, what's the good word? It looks like you're out of luck again because Danny's not going to be here today. So again, you can't talk about Oasis. That's not going to happen. Clownfist, what's going on? Howdy. Love the outtakes of your video with Anthony. Fact. Glad you like them. I had fun putting them on. I didn't know if I should put them up or not, but I thought it'd be funny. What do you think of Bon Jovi getting Person of the Year? I didn't know he got Person of the Year, Ralph. I didn't know. Paul and Bruce were sucking up pretty good. It's all woke now. I didn't know any of that. Any more albums you'd like to rip up? Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me some rap albums. I'll tear them to pieces. Did you like Saturday Night Live in the 80s and 90s? I liked Saturday Night Live somewhat in the 80s. A little tiny bit in the '90s, but Saturday Night Live is garbage now, and I hate Saturday Night Live now. I won't watch Saturday Night Live now because they're not fair. When you mock things, you got to mock everything. Yeah, you can't be partial. You have to mock everything. That's basically how that goes. So there you go. Oh, good morning. Good morning. What's up, pops? I have one. The Sex Pistols inspired punk, fashion, hair, got kids playing music, etc., etc. Nominate Sex Pistols as the most influential band since the Fabs. Okie doke. Woodland Goblin says the Sex Pistols sucked. They didn't like John Lennon. All right, whatever. Did you know that Ringo's first son, Zach, drummed for Oasis from 2002 to 2006? If that's the case, I did not know that. I know he played for The Who, or still plays for The Who, but I didn't know any of that. John Lennon liked the Sex Pistols. Joni Mitchell, Annie Lennox, and Stevie Wonder owned the Grammys. Sounds like the Grammys last night, from what I've heard, were so a lot of oldie people there. Older, from the past, older people. Okay. Do you like Law and Order? I don't know what that last part is. I don't think so. The show? I don't think so. Yeah, this is the TV show. She says, "Yeah, no, if it's the show I'm thinking of, I think I like the woman on there, the kind of like strong looking woman. I think if that's the show I'm thinking of. What's your favorite rock album from '69? An album called Abbey Road. Also, maybe Zeppelin 269. I think it is. I like Zeppelin 2. I know that. But yeah, folks. Yeah. So here I am again, another morning. Yeah, the sun is out bright already. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. Hopefully, we're getting back to that soon. Sunshine early in the morning, real early. Not darkness till like 8 o'clock in the morning. Do I like Patsy Cline? Well, I haven't heard a lot of Patsy Cline. I like that song Crazy, but I haven't heard a lot of Patsy Cline. Joe, I missed you on Doc's chat yesterday. Yeah, I was over there. Yes, sir. Ralph says, I love the outtakes when Anthony. Check it out. I did a video with my friend Anthony yesterday with outtakes at the end. I would have slapped his hand digging into the stuffing, even though you weren't going to eat it. Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's funny because I wound up eating it, tasting it after that. But I don't. There was, but the thing I don't understand is there was a part where originally I said I'm not eating any of the stuffing. Then Anthony went into it. I thought it'd be funnier if I cut out the part where I said I'm not going to eat any of it to make it look like Anthony was going into there just to steal my food, even though I was going to eat it. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you picked up on the fact that I really wasn't interested in eating it. But oops, I'm gonna just get my wipe my nose here a little bit. Sorry, details, details. All right. I don't know how you picked up on that, but you did somehow. Uh, the strong woman you're referring to is the daughter of Jane Mansfield. Well, there you go. Woodland loves it dark in the morning. Come on, Woodland. What are you boozed out in the morning? You having a hangover? Come on, man. I like it dark in the morning. Yuck. Favorite Buddy Holly song? There's a lot of Buddy Holly songs I like. It's hard to pick one. But when people ask me, I always go to Rave On. So Rave On's my favorite Buddy Holly song. Oh yeah, from Elvis in Memphis. That's a good album. I have no thoughts whatsoever about Muhammad Ali. I'm not into boxing. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really think of him. Um, Doc's chat was fun with you yesterday. Thanks, James. Do you like Kiss's first album? Well, even though I just sold a bunch of Kiss albums, the main reason I did that was because it wasn't, believe it or not, because they weren't originals. You know, the first Kiss album, I know I like Strutter off it. I don't know what else is on there that I like. Strutter, I do like. It's funny because I do think I'm in the market. Believe it or not, I would get the first Kiss album again if I saw it with the blue label. You know, I want the original. That's the reason I sold those Kiss albums. They're not original anyway. Who cares? But that's just the way I am. You know, I like it from the angle. Not only do I like the music in some cases, but I like the artifact of it. The fact that it's an original. You know, it's an antique piece, collector's piece too. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind picking up the first Kiss album, the original, and also Destroyer, the original. Destroyer and the first album I'd like to have. I don't need every one of them. A glass of orange juice, way too much sugar for me. You know, I love orange juice. I love sweet. I love sugar, but no more. I'll stick with my tea. But where are we at here? Is Danny okay? Yeah, I texted him yesterday. We talked briefly. He is okay. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just that he's doing something not from home. He's not staying at his house. So therefore, he has work to do elsewhere. So therefore, because of that, he's not here. He's not. I guess he's not able to access his laptop and stuff. So there you go. Okay, there you go, Ralph. Thanks. I don't know what Paul wrote with Ticket to Ride. He tried to take a lot of credit for Ticket to Ride recently, like he does with everything, and I really don't know what he's done on that. Uh, There's some information for some of you if you're interested. Yeah, that's the woman's name from Law and Order? Are you going to look for that Submarine Race Watchers T-shirt? Yes, I am. I have two. I don't know if they're originals. If they're originals, they're in mint condition. Well, it's not a T-shirt; it's a sweatshirt. It's a long sleeve sweatshirt. I have a white shirt that says Submarine Race Watchers. That's from I think Marie K from '64. You know, and also I have one a yellow sweatshirt. Both of them in like brand new condition. I think they may be reissues. I don't think they're originals from back in the '60s. A yellow one that says WMCA Good Guys. I'd like to wear those to the weekend at the fest. The problem is, I don't think they'll fit very well, honestly. Mariska, okay, Mariska, okay. I'm all mixed up here with the woman's name, but yeah, I like Kiss, but their early studio albums sounded weak. Then came Alive, and people got hooked on them. Kiss Alive. I still have a mint copy of Kiss Alive 2 that should go for some bucks. That I am trying to find. I think I don't think I parted with that. I still have it. I want to get rid of that too. Yes, you heard me. Get rid of it. I'm not gonna play Kiss Alive 2. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about money. You know, a lot of people ask me in the comments, how much did you get for this, Joe? Where's the store? Where'd you sell it to, Joe? Where can I get them? It's like, look, I'm not getting into all that, folks. I'm not talking about you, Ralph, but in general, people are asking questions. Yes, I got some decent money for the records as far as no, no, I got more than $80. You talking about? No, I got more than $80, definitely. Uh, yeah, what do I think about the last Kiss tour? They played their last show. I'm not interested, Dino. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a Kiss guy. Um, but I've heard, they have their so-called final show or final tour. I think they're one of those groups that have said that many, many times, you know. This is our last one. They keep doing that. They keep going back. This is our last. This is our last again, our last again, and our last again. Um, Freshly squeezed OJ is a great source of vitamin C and potassium. I eat bananas. so I get my potassium. And I take a vitamin C tablet, 1,000 milligrams every day of my life, well before COVID even hit. So I get my vitamin C and I get my potassium every day, and without all the sugar. As far as fresh squeezed OJ, how many oranges do you have to squeeze to get a full glass? Let's figure that out. I don't think so. If they have a Stamp Out Oasis T-shirt, I definitely wear that. That would be fun to wear at the fest for the 60th anniversary. Stamp Out Oasis. Uh, yeah, yeah. There are Stamp Out the Beatles shirts. Yeah, I don't have that. It would be cool to have. We're trying to get your motor running today, so you stay on. Love the morning. Thank you, Ralph. Well, I'm not, again, I got good sleep last night. The thing I don't understand is sometimes I get good sleep, and still I feel a little run down in the morning. I don't feel that great. And I've been eating better too, so I don't understand that. But anyway, it takes time. It takes time for the body to kick in and respond. I think sometimes to better stuff. But then other times I feel like a zillion dollars. It's just the way it is. We all have that, right? We need vitamin D3. Look, I also take. Everybody's such experts on this. I also take my multivitamin every day. I take a multivitamin every day. I take vitamin C alone every day. So I think I get vitamin D in there too. But there you go. Yeah, I think I have Elvis stamps. I forget what year they were, the Elvis stamp, and it's got the younger picture of Elvis with the microphone, I think, and I think it's 29 cent stamps, I think. A singer you like, Joe Melanie, was featured on the Grammy Award yesterday, a tribute, I'm sure. Do I eat nuts? Once in a while. My girlfriend's big on this. There's that the place, I forget, nuts.com or something. They sell all varieties. And yeah, I do. Of course, my favorite is the cashews, and the cashews probably is slightly sweetest. Naturally, goes to figure. Yes, I don't eat a lot of them, but I do eat them. Paul has always spoken highly of Oasis. I heard him once kind of put them down by saying, I think they're slightly derivative, kind of sarcastically. Once. That's all I heard. Hello, Matchstick Man. What's the good word? Okay, Ralph. Glad you're feeling great. That's funny. Funny. I actually feel pretty good today. Most days not. Must be you, Joe. Love you, Joe. Wow, that's saying a lot. If I could make you feel good, wow. But anyway, what do you think about the Led Zeppelin reunion show? Don't remember it. The only reunion I saw was at Live Aid that time. Uh, Television programs or TV versus the internet. I don't know. It depends. If there's something I want to see on TV, I watch TV. If there's something that's not on the TV that's on the internet, I'll watch it on the internet. As that. Joe, are you not having sugar craving anymore? I wouldn't say that I crave sugar. I wouldn't say I go around craving it, but once in a while I want, it's like, yeah, I like to have a little, I don't like crave, or anything like that. Hiya, Patrick. I'm glad you enjoyed the Anthony video. So it's nice to see light before 7 a.m. and sun. We're on our way. Absolutely, absolutely. That sun is out there. It's going to be coming through if it has. It's not really already, but I'm telling you, I love the sun definitely, and we've had sun here lately the last few days. So, is there any music or memorabilia, etc., that you're hoping to pick up at the Beetle Fest? Well, no, nothing in particular. if I go there and I happen to see, it's mostly a matter of me going there and seeing stuff and saying, oh, maybe I'll pick that. I'm not. There's nothing specific that I'm on the hunt for per se. If I happen to see something that's the price is right, I'll do it. You know, because life is too short to pass up these things. Absolutely. That's been my philosophy for a long time, and it's even getting to be my philosophy even more as I'm getting older now. Life is too short. I'm not going to deprive myself of things. No way. If people out there choose to deprive themselves, be my guest. It's different. It's a big world out there. Everybody's got different ways of looking at things, but not me. I don't know. I'm going to enjoy myself. What do you think of the Raspberries? All I know is "Go All the Way," which is a good song, but I don't know anything else that I know of. Unless I hear a song, people say, "Oh, that's the Raspberries." I say, "Really? I like that song. I didn't know that." So, um, okay. So Paul's madly in love with Oasis. Okay, Liam, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Paul loves Oasis. He loves Oasis. Okay. What do you think about Phil Collins? I like him better now than I did back in the '80s. I didn't really like Phil Collins back when he was having all his hits too much. Now I appreciate him. Yeah. What do you think about John Lennon saying, yeah, and I'm yours to Al Cap when Al Cap said, I'm your guest? Yeah, I think he made a good point. I think he made a good point. Basically, Al Cap was interviewed or was interviewing John, if you can call it an interview, was badgering John and badgering John's wife. And, then John said something. Well, didn't appreciate that. He was talking back to him, and Al Cap said, "Hey, I'm your guest," and John Lennon said, "And I'm yours." And then he goes, and I think that was his way of saying, "Well, treat me with respect, and I'll treat you with respect." You're disrespecting me, you're disrespecting my wife. What is this? You know, just because I asked you here as my guest, John Lennon's saying, doesn't mean that you treat me like garbage. That kind of thing. I think it was great of John to say that. Liverpool. If you're talking about Liverpool plays at the Beatle Fest, I've been seeing them since 1981. My first Beatle Fest was '81, and Liverpool is the Beatle Fest house band, if that's what we're talking about. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So I've seen them many times. I don't. When I go to the fest these days, I don't really listen. I really used to listen all the time. I would sit there and I'd even record them. I have audio cassette recorders from like 1981, 82, 83, 84, like that. Tapes, I should say, where I would actually record their performance on audio tape. It's funny how you do things at certain times in your life. You think, this is where my head is at now. I'm going to record this now, a Beatle Fest live on audio cassette, and then I'll always have this to play for decades to come. And then you don't really play them. Maybe I played them a few times back in the '80s. I stopped. Uh, Joe, you look like you're 40. I've seen men your age that look like they're 95. No, exactly. No smoking, drugs, alcohol, plus a good diet works wonders. Genes play a role too. Yeah, all of the above, really. With a good diet, I admit it. I mean, look, come on, no surprise. I mean, I've gone back and forth. If you look at the pictures of me on my banner, I have some slim pictures where I was eating a really good diet. Then I stopped for the last 30 years. 30 years, I just stopped eating healthy, and now I'm back to eating more healthy again. But anyway, and yeah, having a full head of hair, let's face it, hair tends to make you look, in some cases, younger anyway. So there. Do you like the song "I Still Love You" by Kiss? Paul Stanley wrote it about his ex, Donna Dixon. I don't know that song. I don't think I'm familiar with that song, Chrissy. Um, did you ever hear the Wings demos that Paul says were stolen? Did they surface somewhere? I thought we found out later that that's not true. I have to ask Tom Hunyadi about that. Who knows a lot more, I think, about Paul, and especially solo. And I'm not so sure that actually happened after all was said and done. Joe, will you sit and sing songs with the other Beatlefest crowd? Absolutely not. That's one thing I do not do. I mean, I've never sat there and sang Beatles songs at the fest. Um, does that guy who used to take that portable cassette recorder that recorded all the interviews from way back still go to Beatlefest these days? He absolutely does, and I know his name, Steve. Okay, I've known that guy not so much today, since 1980. I met that guy in 1980, and he's the same way, and he still goes there, and he sits there in the front of everything, tall, thin guy, recording that. I know the guy. Yeah. What do you think about new horror movies, and what is your favorite one? Well, I personally think new horror movies, new ones, are up on an upswing these days. I think they're actually pretty good these days. Horror films. We're getting better. I liked the movie Thanksgiving horror movie, and I liked the movie Saw X, otherwise known as Saw 10. I think those were very good. And Godzilla, if you want to call Godzilla -1 a horror movie, love that too. Paul Solo, Wings, or his later and present bands. If you had to pick one, which would you pick? To me, I mean, I know some people will disagree, but I consider it all Paul, even Wings. But I probably would go with Wings if I had to pick one. I'd pick Wings, I guess. If you saw Taylor Swift playing Beatles songs at the fest, would you walk out or stay? I might listen. I might listen. I wouldn't go just because of that. If I picked up a tape of a jam session of Wings with early versions, oh, I'm sorry, I picked up a tape of a jam session with Wings early versions. Okay. Will you be watching the Academy Awards in March like Tom Hunyadi? Probably not, because there aren't a lot of new movies, if any, that I care about that I've seen or anything really. I'm not interested, and I'm really not interested in seeing a show where you know people get up, to spout their political agendas. I'm not interested in them taking advantage of that to spout political crap. And also, I don't need to see things like, Will Smith smacking, I forgot his name already, Chris Rock in the head. I don't need that. I made reference the other day to something odd. Pete played drums at the time. John said they were untouchable. Their best music. Yeah, I know, I know. John does that kind of stuff a lot. That is funny. That is hilarious. It is funny, I gotta say. John says back in the day they were at their best when they were playing, but then he called Pete a lousy drummer. I don't know what to say about that. I think he's talking about, I don't know, the energy, and maybe he's referring to himself and Paul and George on guitar. I don't know, but that's an interesting contradiction, I gotta say. But that's very much John Lennon, right? So, what's my favorite Ringo live album? Excuse me. It's only available on CD, I think. It's an album that I wish would come out on vinyl. It's VH1 Storytellers from 1998. To me, that's the best Ringo live performance thing. VH1 Storytellers. Yeah, I saw the new Exorcist movie with the two possessed girls. Not very good, in my opinion. Amen. It sucked. It was a disgrace to the original, an embarrassment for Ellen Burstyn to come back to be treated that way. What a lousy, appearance that was by Ellen Burstyn. What they did with her in that movie, and yeah, the makeup on the two girls wasn't very good. The makeup on Linda Blair for 1973 was much more creepy. It was a terrible movie all around, and the movie is called Exorcist Believer. Well, I'm not a believer after seeing Exorcist Believer. So there you go. There's an opinion for you. I think it don't come easy is in the top 10 of Beatles solo songs. So do I. And Don't Come Easy is definitely my favorite Ringo song of all time. John Lennon liked to make fun of a lot of people. He once insulted the Seekers by saying, "A nice little group, but they're all here to see us." I never heard that quote attributed to John. Uh, Joe, you didn't walk out on it, right? No, I did not. I suffered through the entire Exorcist Believer. No, that one, yeah. Ringo's VH1 Storytellers is on Spotify and Apple Music. Ringo played, well, first of all, Ringo played in Hamburg quite a bit when Pete was unable to play and Ringo had to sit in for him. So Pete couldn't play, he was ill or something, whatever. Once in a while, Ringo would sit in. And of course, in the Star Club, the album that's out there, Beatles Live at the Star Club in Hamburg, December 62, that's all Ringo. Ringo's on that. Do I like the Phantasm films? It's funny. I just bought them. I'm gonna have a really rough time going through those, but one day I will. Briefly, I saw Phantasm 1, 2, 3, and 4. One is the best one. Um, and I revisited that one time and didn't think it was as good anymore. But it's the best one. Then 2 I saw in the theaters. 2 is the only one I saw in the theater. It's okay. 3 and 4 sucked, and I haven't seen 5. But I recently found the whole box set of them for very cheap, like $20 or something. And I decided maybe I'll give it a shot. What's my favorite Yoko Ono album? Well, I haven't heard them all, but I do like Season of Glass and I like Fly. Those are probably my favorite two right now. Yeah, Photograph by Ringo. Yeah, that's a great, 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 great song. Well deserving of number one. Angus Scrimm played the tall man, right? And in the Phantasm films, and he used to yell all the time, "Boy!" Yep, that's where that comes from, folks. Yeah, I saw the Stepford Wives. Well, the one I think they remade that too. I'm so tired of these remakes. When you say the Stepford Wives, it should be just one film you should think of. The one with, I forgot her name again. This happens as you get older. I know the name. Catherine Ross. That's the one you should think about. That's the first one, And well, no, the first one isn't always necessarily the best at anything. I know that. So there you go. Hold on a minute. Trying to get a link up again. All right. Yeah, I talked about Danny a few times. I'm sorry if you missed it, Patrick, but Danny is not sick. He's not ill. I talked to him a little yesterday. He just says he has another house and there's problems with that house and he's over there. He's not home. Um, do you think the Beatles would be equally as popular if they were making music now? Well, they're so popular now anyway, even without making music, that I guess they would be. How many Halloween films did you like? Well, if this is a good time to say if you want to go over to my movie channel, I have a movie channel called Mr. Mayo's Movies. If you want to go over to Mr. Mayo's Movies, I did a Halloween special around Halloween time on Halloween. I think it was on Halloween, maybe of this past Halloween, and you can see. Check it out. I heard a tape at home with friends, probably 73. They were all singing the whole band on the run album, playing a piano, everyone talking, laughing, having a good time. I remember that with the Ram album. I don't remember that with Band on the Run. There was a John, I don't know if it's John's birthday from 1971, and they're kind of singing Uncle Albert. I don't know, that's the only one I know. I like Neil Diamond, great voice. I like his voice, and I like him. Yes, I'm glad you asked me. Talk More Talk is on tonight. We're going to be talking tonight. It's tonight live. We're going to be talking to Gary Burr, who worked with Ringo Starr and wrote with Ringo and stuff like that. He was in the Roundheads, the group with Ringo. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, Catherine Ross was real pretty back then. Love you, Joe. Daddy shout out number two. Love you, Joe. Yeah. Hi, Glenn. Yeah, I'll be attending all 3 days of the fest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on down. Say hello. James says, click that thumbs up button, people. Hit the like button and contribute to the channel. If you like to contribute, that is, you can hit the tip jar down below. Help out the channel. If you like what you see on the videos or the live stream, if you're having fun with the channel, please help out. Thank you. And what's a good word, everybody? Thunderbird. A lot of times I'll say to somebody, "What's a good word?" and they'll say Thunderbird. So I think that was a line back in the day, right? That's why they say that. Go live from the Beetle Fest. I probably will. I probably will do that. The reincarnation of Peter Proud. I remember that movie. That's with Michael Sarrazin. And I remember. I don't think I've ever seen it. But I know about it. It's funny, like how many movies there are like that's old movies from the '70s, say 60, well, not just the '70s. It could be '60s, '50s. Old movies that so many of them now they just all run together in your mind, and you remember them. Oh, you remember hearing of them, or maybe you saw them once, but they just disappear. They're like hard to remember movies, like that particular title, "Reincarnation of Peter Proud." That's so like far gone out there. It's lost. Nobody really thinks of that movie anymore. I only like two songs by Boston, and you know what they are probably. Peace of Mind and More Than a Feeling. That's all. Let's see. There you go. What's going on, folks? Still a little tired, still a little run down. Got to get out there, move around, got to walk, get into that mall. I think that I don't know. I think A Hard Day's Night and Help are plenty madcap Marx Brothers already. I mean, A Hard Day's Night and Help already have a lot of that stuff in it. You think that Betty Davis and Joan Crawford movie, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, is a creepy movie? Yes, it's from 1962. I think it was probably a lot more creepy back then in '62. I've seen it numerous times. I've even seen it in the theater at a revival theater a couple of times. It is creepy, but not as much as it was back in the day. You know. Do you always worry about the time of a video when recording a video? When you say time of a video, what do you mean? Do you mean like what time I decide to put it up, upload it? Because if you're talking about that, like what time I put it up there, yeah, I don't always worry about it, if that's what you mean. There were times when I just put a video up there whenever it hits me, like you know, um, I don't know if I'm doing a video at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, I see what you're talking about. After all that, he clarified it. I mean, how long a video lasts. Not always. Sometimes a video could be done in 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Sometimes it can be done in 15, 20 minutes. I generally don't worry about the timing of a video, but I will say I never enjoy a video that goes on too long. People don't generally want to sit down and watch a video that's too long. Although I think it depends on what the subject is. Like, for example, if I do a Fest for Beatle fan recap, I could make a video that's 45 minutes or an hour long, just about all the adventures and all the things we did and people we met and stuff at the Beatle Fest, and that may be 45 minutes or an hour. And some people may sit in there and look at it as like watching a TV show, an hour-long TV show. They don't mind it. It's like a documentary, you know. To just see me, like if I'm just sitting here like this and I'm talking in a video and it's like 30 minutes, maybe people will want to watch that, you know. I don't know, but then again, some people watch these. I go on here with live streams for 90 minutes to 2 hours, you know. What's my favorite? Who's my favorite frontman? I'm gonna go with Mick Jagger, I guess. You know, so okay. Yeah, Joan Crawford's last movie is Trog. Yeah, I know. And I have that movie. I own that movie. Okie dokie. Here we are. Um, not the same here in the mornings without Danny. Hopefully he'll return soon. I don't have any thoughts on AC/DC. You know, I really don't. Sorry. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Hell's Bells. I'm not. I don't really know. There's a couple of tunes I know by them, but I'm not a fanatic over them. Who's my favorite horror movie actress? There aren't many of them really. I'm supposed to say Barbara Steele, but I don't. I don't like Barbara Steele. I feel so bad, you know. If Mike is out there, Gray 1951's channel, he loves Barbara Steele. I don't know. I like in the old movies. I guess Evelyn Ankers from the. She's an actress from the 1940s Universal movies. She's my favorite. I guess horror actress Evelyn Ankers. Her real name is pronounced Evelyn. I always feel funny because her name is spelled Evelyn, but it's pronounced Evelyn. And I always feel like if I say Evelyn, people are going to laugh at me and say, that's not how you say Evelyn. Uh, it's not happening. No Oasis talk for me. Are you kidding? You know, no, it's not happening. It's bad enough that I tolerated from Danny, but, Danny is the king of chaos, no doubt about it. Oh, that's true. Jamie Lee Curtis. When I was thinking of horror, that's true. When I was thinking of horror, I was thinking like the 1970s and earlier, 60s and earlier. Then 70s, you got Jamie Lee Curtis. That's true. I didn't like the Who when I was younger. I like them now. I've become more of a Who fan now in later years. And Who's Next is my favorite album. Which autograph would you like to have the most? Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, or Lon Chaney Jr.? If I could only have one and it was original and in great shape, it would be Boris Karloff, I think. Yeah. Okay, finally somebody asked me. I purposely listened to Billy Joel's new song 20 minutes before coming on this morning. I listened to it once, Billy Joel's new song, and At first, when I started listening to it, I was finding it kind of like, oh, it's going to be like slow and dull and boring. But then as it proceeded, it got very much, very powerful and a triumphant, somebody called it, like a triumph sound, like he was really like building and building. And I began to like it a lot more as the time went on. So I do think Billy Joel's new song is a good one. But interestingly enough, and I don't say this a lot at all, but I think Billy Joel's new song is more interesting lyrically, maybe the lyrics than the music. I think it's the lyrics that I like better. And I'll also say I thought Billy Joel sounded great. Billy Joel, I believe, is almost 75, around there, 74, 75. And he sounded fantastic on that record. Billy Joel sounded great. You would never know he's 75. And that's what I say about it. You know, it's not the greatest thing I've ever heard him do, but I think it's so good that he did this. I wanted him to make music again. At least he's done one song. I doubt very much he'd do a whole album, but I don't know what he says. I just don't think he's interested right now in doing a whole album. But I think it's a success. I think it was a success. And yeah, definitely a good song on his resume late in his career. And the title, turn the lights back on, and talking about, because the video that I watched had all the lyrics on screen, so I was able to read the lyrics while I was listening to it. And I just think it was really good, you know, considering. Man of a Thousand Faces, James Cagney is launching. Ever see it? Oh yeah, I saw it numerous times. It's a good movie. The problem with it again is it's not true. There's a lot of stuff in there that's just not true. Stuff that's made up to make it look good. And James Cagney, while James Cagney, I like James Cagney, he's not exactly, he looks nothing like Lon Chaney. Not terrible choice for Lon Chaney, but the movie's entertaining for what it is. Man of a Thousand Faces, you know. Here's a Who's Next fan. The new Billy Joel song, I'll give a 7. He says. Okay. Least favorite bands? Oh, there are a lot of them. I don't know. I just think when people ask me that, I try to think in terms of bands that people like that I don't think that much of. Like, I'm not wild on the Police. A lot of people like the Police. It's one I'm not really wild about them. I think Billy Joel singing to his fans and his audience, "I'm back. Did I leave too early? But I'm back." Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like. Well, I saw an interview with Billy Joel where he said, he relates to a lot of the lyrics. Obviously, years ago I heard him say he doesn't have anything left to say in music. He doesn't can't think of anything he wants to say. And here the lyrics do say a lot about I think where he was at, his mental state was at. Well, it's Are You Experienced? Which I like that album pretty much all the way through. Not just the popular tracks or hits on that album. I like the whole thing. I love Billy Joel in the early 80s, also his stuff from the 70s. Glass Houses was his best. Yeah, Glass Houses, I think The Stranger and Glass Houses are his best albums. 52nd Street. I've never gone to see Billy Joel live, which is kind of crazy because, I mean, I could have seen him a million times over. The guy is always playing, or was. But I did see him live. I did catch him live only when I saw a Paul McCartney show. I saw a Paul McCartney in 2017, and Billy Joel was there at the end of the show. So I got to see Billy Joel through the Paul McCartney show. Good morning. What's up, Eddie? Okay, you love the album An Innocent Man. Okay. The sun is really coming up. Well, the sun has been up. I'm just saying, it's coming around. We're coming around. It's going to be coming through. Men at work. Well, men at work have about four or five songs I like. My favorite song by them is "Down Under." I love that song. "Down Under" is a fun song, a great song, good pop song. It reminds me of like good times back when I was 21 years old and in the clubs and everything. "Down Under" was a very big hit. There you go. Smash it, but don't hurt yourself, and don't break the computer. There's a few factoids for you. Okay. Oh, I'm doing a lot of these live streams lately. Wow. I mean, there's too many folks. I'm sorry. I know, but no, don't stop the mornings, Joe. Don't stop the mornings. But like I say, if I'm not gonna have Danny here, I mean, he's gonna be back. He's just that he's busy right now. He's not home. But I just don't want to come on every single day doing this myself. I just don't. It's too much. Oh, the Beatles are going to be relevant to the end of time. Let's see if Taylor Swift wins a Grammy. 60 years from now. That's the trick. That's the trick. Is being relevant and popular. Decades after. That's the trick. If you could choose to interview anyone like Mark Lewison or Bruce Spicer, who would you choose? Uh, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. That's who I would choose. But if you're talking about authors, yeah, both of those authors are good. Yeah, Mark Lewison. Not sure if I've heard that song or not. That's not sure. All right, I'm on for an hour. I'm thinking of calling it quits here. I may stay on a little longer. It's unusual for me to get off this early, but I'm kind of like, a little tired today. I mean, just not feeling it today. But I'll stay on a little longer for now and see how it goes. As I say, I don't think we're going to see Danny today. I know we're not going to. He said he's not going to. What I mean, I think. I know he said he's not able to make it today because he's not at home. Yeah, Billy Joel did perform the new song at the Grammys. Turn the lights back. Turn the lights back on. Yes, I talked about Billy Joel's new song. A little sorry you missed it. Overall, I liked it. I thought Billy Joel sounded very good. He sounded great on it. His voice, and I think the lyrics were the strong point even more than the music. At first, I found it kind of like dull when it started. I thought it was going to be a slow, dull affair, and then it just picked up and built up higher and higher and higher and higher, more power as it went on. So I really think it's good. All right, folks, we're getting to the end. I think today, short one. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up today, folks. I'm glad I was able to stop in a little while. I know a lot of people don't really start coming here till about now. But thank you all for being here, and I'm sorry it's a shorter show. Danny wasn't able to make it today either, yesterday or today, because he's got things doing. He has to take care of at another house that he has, or something. He's not home. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be doing this again. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing it at night. I'm going to be at the classroom tomorrow night, and hopefully I'll have somebody up there with me for Mayo Lounge. That'll be again somewhere around 7 o'clock Eastern time. You don't know whether it's going to be 7. It depends when I get up there because the traffic tells the tale more than me. So it'll be 7 p.m., 7:15 p.m., maybe around there. 7:30. I don't think it'll be 7:30. Probably closer to 7:15, 7. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Just we'll get back to this tomorrow night. Take care. Have a great day. A morning, afternoon, evening.